Hi, this is Melissa, and this is Meliabella Knits. I'm just recapping what was on my Instagram channel today for my live broadcast. It did not record on my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to really quickly show you what I've been knitting so that next week when I check in, you're not confused as to why I'm on whichever project I'm on. So I did finish a knit this week. This is a new design that I've been working on. This is a hat for my husband. It's called the Firewatch hat. I'll throw it on really quick. I'm working on the crown decreases, redesigning that, and picked up some yarn at Rhinebeck to knit one for myself. It is a little puffy in these two areas where the decreases were because I haven't blocked it yet. This first one was knit out of Matosh Vintage in the Great Gray Owl colorway. And I'm very happy with it, but I just want to make sure that the decreases work out in a way that's easier for the knitter. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I hope to cast on for the reknit to make sure everything works well in the next week or so. I do have that in my Tangerine Designs bag, which my friend Casey used to make. She may still have some in her Tangerines Designs Etsy shop, so you should check that out. These are my blue alpacas. They're so cute. And I'm working on the second of a pair of socks. This is out of the Mustache colorway in Mustache Yarns colorway, the Sorting Hat, which is all the house colors from the Harry Potter books. This is sock one. This is for me. I have really large feet. I have women's size 11 feet, and I like a long leg on my socks. So when I knit them, I do have them end up almost exactly the same length. So I do about a 5-inch leg, a 2.5-inch heel flap with a traditional gusset turn. And I was really excited because both socks started and ended with Slytherin, and then the heel is Slytherin. It worked out perfect. And then this is sock number 2. I'm almost to where I'll start the heel. I've just got this little bit left of Gryffindor, and then the heel will start right here on Slytherin. And I have one of my progress keepers. I have reopened my Etsy shop, this time with some progress keepers, and what I use them for is I put them wherever I'm working on a project. Like when I sit down, I'll clip them in so I can see how much progress I'm getting done in my knitting, which keeps me kind of competitive against myself. Can I keep knitting? How much more can I get done? Because if I don't do that, I end up on my phone and waste a bunch of time. I've also been using them on my sweater, which is a good segue. I'm working on the second gray sweater. I'm on to the colorwork yoke portion. Losing all capacity to speak. This is the first row of the colorwork yoke, and this sweater actually had a really cool new to me technique. It was Japanese short rows, which I'd never done before. I definitely encourage you to search Japanese short rows here on YouTube. There's a bunch of really well done tutorials. I watched about 8 of them just to be sure that I was doing it correctly, because sometimes people will do a tutorial who maybe aren't really experienced enough to be tutorialing what they're showing you, and so I definitely want to make sure I was doing it correctly because I'd gotten this far in a sweater. I didn't want to mess it up, and Japanese short rows are really cool. I'm definitely going to try them again in another sweater, but they worked out great in this one. The last time I did an Instagram live, I was actually only up to the waist decreases on the body, and that was about a week and a half ago. And so since then, I've done another 7 inches on the body, and 2 sleeves, both with colorwork on the sleeve portion. And I've since reconnected them and dropped 3 stitches off the needle. Let's just quickly pick those up. Luckily they didn't drop down, so no need to panic. Get that back on there. And so I really like having that progress keeper on there to show me in the last week and a half, look at how much progress I made. That's my favorite, well, my second favorite one. It's my Aqua Rose. I really like them. And you can find them if you would like one. They're $5, and they're in my Etsy shop, which is etsy.com/shop/MELIABELLA. There's also a link in my Instagram. So close to having this sweater done. Here is a picture of the Second Grace sweater, which is a Bristol Ivy pattern. I'm obviously doing different colors, but I'm right here on that first row of color work. So not too much left to go. For those of you who haven't done a color work yoke before, you add the sleeves in with all of the stitches on the sleeves except for right underneath. It's about 16 stitches underneath that are not attached. So you increase the amount of stitches that go around your entire body, and as you go up and do the color work yoke, you decrease within the pattern. So every row or 10, you're actually decreasing a bunch of stitches every so many stitches. This sweater did the exact same thing. I can actually put my hands across the yoke and feel where the decreases are, but you can't see them. They lay pretty flat. There. But I really like knitting color work yokes. I find them to be really fascinating and fun. For those of you who are watching on my Instagram, I did hope to have this finished for Rhinebeck. It worked out to be about 75 degrees late afternoon each of the days we were there. And so while I wore my sweater in the mornings and into the early afternoon because it was chilly, by mid-afternoon we were all sweating. And so this sweater particularly is hot. I'll show you the insides. My ends are all still dangling. But the color work just on the hem, in some cases, are three strands thick on each of the rows. And so it's a very warm sweater. With it being 75 degrees and getting sick the week before Rhinebeck, I decided I'm not going to kill myself because I'm not going to wear it. There was no need to push it. But tonight I hope to get really far in it. My husband's going away tomorrow night with some of his coworkers for a man's night in a cabin. Where there will be beer and chips, apparently. So I'm going to stay home and do a virtual knit night with my friends, and I'm going to finish this darn sweater. So that's my plan for now. The next time you see me, this sweater will be done. September House will be on the needles, which is my Kirsten Kapoor test knit that I need to get started on. These socks will be complete, and I'll have a new pair on the needles. I just have to decide which pair. I have another mustache colorway that I'd like to knit. That's all autumnal colors. And then I have the Miss Babs colorway that I just picked up, and then I have Sean's yarn that I picked up at Rhinebeck. And then there's all this yarn in here, which is where my stash lives. There'll be another pair of socks on the needles. So thank you for tuning in. If you want to watch this live sometime, I do record at least once a week on my Instagram live, and then I'll be backing it up here to the YouTube channel. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon.